if you clicked on this link, it means three things. One, you are fascinated about angels. Two, maybe you've never seen an angel before. Three, you love the supernatural. If this is you, stay with me in this video because I'll be sharing my story about how I met an angel. I mean, physically. This story will blow your mind. Once again, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I met with an angel face to face. Alright, I met with an angel face to face. This story might sound strange to you, but just try to listen to the end because you would have a lot to learn from this. The Bible made us understand something. It says that we should be nice to strangers. It said with people being nice to strangers, they've actually some time ago, or maybe one time in their life, they've met with an angel without them even knowing. All right, like it means that the Bible making us understand that it is possible for an angel to visit you. I mean, physically. If you don't have spiritual eyes, you won't be able to tell like you met with an angel. Abraham in the Bible actually met with an angel, and most of you guys, you would think, well, that is back then in the time of Abraham and others. But our God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if it was possible for men to meet with angels maybe some time ago, it is also possible for you to meet with an angel even now. So I want to ask a question. Have you ever seen an angel before? Do you even believe angels exist? If that is you, that maybe you don't believe angels exist, then I think I have to start from there. Maybe peradventure that is why you've not actually seen an angel. Angels exist. The Bible says it in the book of Hebrews chapter 1. Okay, if you are here right now, you have to be a Bible believer, because if you are not a Christian, then my story might not make sense to you. In Hebrews chapter 1 from verse 13, the Bible speaking there says that angels are ministering spirit. Alright? Angels are ministering spirit sent to minister for them who will be heirs of salvation. And who are those persons that would be heirs of salvation, or who are those persons that are actually heirs of salvation right now? You and I, Christians. So angels are spirit created to minister for us. So if angels don't exist, then the Bible would never tell you that angels do exist. Most of us, we've lived our life by just believing everything we read in the Bible, and sometimes that comes to our mind like, are you really sure this thing is true? You know, the devil can whisper these things to us. But I want you to understand that if you believe the devil exists, then you must also believe angels exist. Why? Because the devil was actually an angel. Alright? Lucifer was an angel in heaven until he was thrown down to earth because he fell. Alright? He fell, he sinned, and you know, God had to throw him down. Okay, I'm not going to explain all those today. Let me just go straight to my story. When I gave my life to Christ, I was actually so fascinated about the supernatural. Like, I really wanted to experience the supernatural. I think in my 400 level in school, I got to know the Lord better, and from that time I was always wanting to experience the supernatural. Always wanted to just see something about the supernatural. But I'm not going to talk about that experience in this particular video. Maybe in my other upload I will talk about how I started experiencing the supernatural. So if you actually want to experience the supernatural, like you've been a Christian but you've not really understood the supernatural, or you've not experienced it, then I'll make sure you've subscribed already, because I'm going to drop a video on that. So I've been seeing angels. I've been using angels in my ministration. Like when I minister in church, angels, they do assist me and all that stuff, but not like this particular angel I saw physically. You get to understand that the spiritual world is not up. the spiritual world is not down. The spiritual world is actually around the physical world. That is why the Bible could say that we are seated with Christ in heavenly places. It says we are seated with Christ. We are, not we shall be. It means that we can be on this particular earth and still be seated with Christ at the same time. So the spiritual world is around the physical world. Meaning the physical world is within the spiritual world. They coexist, just that your eyes are not wired to see into the realm of the spirit. As a man, I'm not talking as a believer now. As a man, your eyes are not wired to see into the realm of the spirit. But do you understand that angels can take shape, right? They can take shape and allow you to see them in the physical world. I was supposed to go for a meeting. Okay, I'm from Edo State. I was supposed to go for a meeting in Irua. So my mom had to, then I was still living with my mom. I think years ago, I was still living with my mom. My mom owns a bike, right? My mom owns a bike. So I was supposed to use a bike to go for that meeting. My mom was also supposed to use that bike to go to work. She's a teacher, like a government teacher, you know. That day when I was supposed to go for the meeting, I don't know, something happened. I just could not go for the meeting anymore. So I decided to just change my schedule and go to Urumi instead, okay, to get I think vaccine. Yeah, I think I was going there to get vaccine for my bed. I owned a poultry back then. So while I was going on the bike, I was just on top speed, you know, on top speed. Immediately I got towards Ubegu Junction. You might not know that place at all. I'm talking about Asian land now. I got towards Ubegu Junction. I saw a lady stop me. I stopped and she came to me and said, please, are you headed towards Urumi? I said, yes. She said, okay, can I join you? How much? And I said, how much do you have? Like, I never had intention to collect any money from her, but I just wanted to see how much she would tell me, like, she has on her, or with her. How much do you have? She said 100 naira. Like, I was 100 naira for this kind of journey. I was like, yeah, no problem, just step on the bike. I'm not going to collect any money from you. She said, thank you. But there was something strange about this lady. Like, there was something strange about the aura she carried. Like, I couldn't just quite figure her out. It's something I cannot definitely describe, but it was so strange. What happened? She hopped on my bike and then we just started moving. Like, this lady was so tall. Like, she was so tall, you know, huge and all that. So when she was climbing the bike, I was, you know, holding myself just to make sure, you know, now a person that is that huge sitting on the bike, you have to weight the bike very well. I was trying to weight the lady's bike to just make sure I'm able to carry her, but there was something strange when she climbed the bike. All right, when she climbed the bike, I felt no weight on the bike at all. You see, I felt no weight on the bike at all. It was quite strange, but at that time my mind did not just think about anything strange, you know. So I just carried on with the journey. I'm a very fast rider, all right? Or should I say I was a very fast rider? So I was on top speed. Due to the fact that this was a lady, I was thinking she would have to maybe just tap me and tell me to please slow down and all that. She didn't tap me to slow down. She was just quiet, so comfortable, like she was enjoying the ride, and it was quite strange. Later on, I decided to slow down myself. Because I felt like, okay, let me just, you know, converse with her. I started conversing with her, and she was like, she closed from work. She had to get to that junction, waiting for bike to take her back to Urumi. Now she stays in Urumi. Oh, where do you work, ma'am? She said, she's a teacher. So wow. At where? She said at a KM primary school. My God. I said, are you serious? Because that's actually where my mom worked. Like, that's where she works and all that. So, do you know my mom? She said, oh, who is your mom? I said, Mrs. Imoisi. At that point, it escaped my mind that My mom in school was not popular with Mrs. Imoinsi. She was actually popular with Mrs. Otewi. That was the name she was using in school. That's a story for another day. Okay, so I said, Mrs. Imoinsi. He said, oh. At first she was quiet. She was quiet at first, and like she was trying to process the old stuff. Like within 1 minute, she said, oh, Mrs. Imoinsi is your mom? I said, yes. I said, you know my mom? She said, yes, I know your mom. I said, okay. Then she said to me, your mom actually told me you were taking a bike to a meeting today in Urumi. So why didn't you go for that meeting anymore? So immediately she said that, I believed, okay, I believed. At first I was skeptical about the whole thing because she was trying to process my information before she accepted the fact that she knew my mom. But later on, why didn't you go to Urumi for the meeting? So only my mom could have told her that particular information. So I was like, yeah, this lady would really know my mom. And moreover, there's no need to adapt. Now I'm still on motion on the bike. I said, yes, I just could not go for the meeting anymore because I am going to Urumi to get something. That is why I could not go for the meeting anymore. She said, okay, no problem. She said, what did you study? I said, I studied animal science. She said, oh, your mom really told me. Delsu, right? I said, yes, Delsu. He said, oh, no problem. I actually have someone that also studied animal science, But while she was talking to me, it was strange. There was something strange about her. I'm looking for the right words to actually describe the aura she carried, but I can't just see. If I wasn't seeing her on my bike, I would feel like I was alone on that bike. I would feel that way because there was no weight on the bike, and she was acting strange. When people are strange, should I use the word weird? She was acting weird. So while I was conversing with her, I had to slow down the bike, and then we kept on moving. After we discussed about that, she kept quiet. Throughout the journey, she was quiet, I was quiet. I was on high speed. In fact, I was on high speed deliberately because I wanted her to actually plead with me to stop, because everybody I carried on my mom's bike always would tell me, please slow down, you are too fast, speak slower. She never said anything like that. I was like, man, what kind of a lady is this? We got to Urumi. I got to angle 90 in Urumi, and then she asked me to stop. This was where she was stopping, so I stopped the bike, and she said, thank you very much. I'm going to tell your mom that I saw you today and how much you helped me. I said, okay. She said, I'm going to tell your mom. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. End of story. See, where I missed it, I was supposed to turn back to check where she was headed to. But for no reason, I just did not turn back. It never occurred to my mind to turn back to check up on her. As at this point, I never knew she was an angel. All I thought about is, this lady is weird. Alright? This lady is weird. I never knew she was an angel. Just, there's something strange about her. So, fast forward back home, I met with my mom and I told her the story of how I met this particular lady that teaches in her school. My mom said, my school? I described her. She was like, there's no lady like that in my school. I said, bro, she said you told them about my Empower meeting, alright, my Empower meeting at Urumi. Sorry, at Irua. She said, I never discussed that information with anyone. By this time, it felt like I was mad, like I was really insane, like hold on. Ma'am, what do you mean there's nobody like this in your school and you actually did not give her that information to any of your co-teachers? She said no, she did not. My God. So everything started coming back to my mind now. It was strange seeing her. And I asked my mom, please, what time do you guys close in school? I mean the nursery session. My mom teaches this in the primary session. She said 1 o'clock. I met this lady at a particular spot by 11. I think past 11 that day. And there was no way that lady would close by 11 o'clock when they close by 1 o'clock and then be on that particular spot by past 11 because it was far from the school. My mind could not process all this information as at that time. So my mom said, how does the lady look? I described the lady to my mom, and my mom said, there's nobody like that in our school. Okay, and everybody that comes from Uromi to our school, I think they have just 2 teachers that come from Uromi to our school. Number 1 is a lady, one lady and a man. And the lady she described for me, I know that lady personally. That this particular lady I met is not that lady that is in my mom's school. And mom said that every person that comes from Uromi to our school, they own a bike. This lady doesn't have a bike. It was still unbelievable. Like, it was so unbelievable. So I told her, I said, go to school, please, tomorrow. And she said she's going to tell you she met with me and she's going to pass that information to you. Mom still came back from school the next day. I was so eager to hear from her. Did anybody talk to you about meeting with me on my way to Rome? She said nobody like that spoke with her. I said, okay, please, the next day in school, because I was still very skeptical about everything. The next day in school, make sure you ask all your teachers round. She agreed. Coming back from school the next day, Mom, what's up? Did you meet with the teacher? She said, yes, I did. I asked questions. Nobody saw you. Moreover, it doesn't make sense. Like, nobody can leave school as at that hour, and there's nobody like that in my school. By that time, my mind was blown. Who did I meet on the way? So this was strange. How did she know about my journey? How did she know my mom? Like, how come she knew all those information about me? I was really wanting to understand everything that just happened. After that time, it still did occur to me that I've met an angel. It occurred to me that I've met an angel. So what happened? I am someone that hears from God. Like, if there's one gift I so much appreciate, that is actually the ability to hear from God. I can go to the place of prayer and now God will speak to me. So I just went to the place of prayer, and immediately I knelt down. I spoke with God about the matter and how concerned I was about it, and you should please speak to me about the matter. Before I could finish praying, understand it entered me. I got to understand everything, and I heard God telling me that the lady I carried on my way to Rome was actually an angel. An angel? Angel? It never crossed my mind. Yeah. She was an angel, that she was actually sent there because of me. On that particular day where I was going to Uromi, I was supposed to have an accident. There was an accident on my way to Uromi that was supposed to happen. God can see the end from the beginning. So God told me that He actually sent that angel to rescue me from that particular accident. My God, this was so thrilling to me. As at that time, I was thrilled. In fact, I love God more. I was like, man, if I had known this was an angel, if I had had like a slight knowledge of the fact that this lady was an angel, then I would have conversed with her about so many other things. So there were things I was wishing I discussed with her if I actually knew she was an angel. So God said that she was sent there to wait for me, to prevent that accident from occurring. No wonder she was quiet while I was on high speed, because she had everything under control. Could God have averted the accident without sending the angel? Yes, God could have averted the accident without sending an angel. But the thing is, certain times in our life, in fact, we can't tell God on how to perform a miracle in our life. Alright? There's a time God will send a messenger to say, please go give my servant bread to eat. There's a time where He will tell the prophet, go to the brook. I will send ravens to feed you bread. Ravens to feed you bread. Why use ravens? That's because God is God. So God can choose however He wants to save His servant. So the whole thing came to my mind again. What if I have refused to stop for that lady? What if I have refused to carry her? What if I have refused to give her a lift? Then what would have happened in that journey? And maybe people will start saying, man, God could not save His servant. How would God's servant have accident? Like, it doesn't make sense. But God actually did His part. It's just me. God expects me that as long as I'm a Christian, I should have a good heart. As long as I'm a Christian, God should be able to trust me in certain areas of life. So are you there? You're not nice to strangers. This is one story that would really want to encourage you to be nice to strangers, because you don't just know who that stranger might be. If you know, trust me, you would want to be nice to them. But because you don't know, you might just want to just, be rude to them. But because you are a Christian and the Bible already gave us something to think about, that most persons, they've actually entertained angels without them even knowing. Many angels can just come to you and ask for something or need your assistance on a particular matter. You just need to be nice, whether you know they are angels or not, because you might just be speaking with an angel. If your mind is saying, well, this story is not true, it's false. I'm not saying this story to make you want to believe in angels or whatsoever, but I know my truth. What I'm telling you right now is the truth. There'll be no need to lie about this. Like, what am I going to benefit from lying? I've had so many experiences with angels, but this is the first and I think the last, for now, experience I've ever had with an angel physically. If you have a question you want to ask about this particular story I just shared, you can drop it on the comment section. Maybe there's anything I left out in the story, like you want to ask me the voice of the angel, how the eyes looked like, or just anything you want to talk about, then you should let me know in the comment section. And I also have a lot of angel story I've not yet told. If you want me to drop more stories about angels, about the supernatural world. Now the angel I spoke about is in the physical world, right? I have stories about angels I've seen in the spiritual world. I could describe the spiritual world to you. I've seen a lot of these things. If you really want to see, you want to be able to see angels, you want to be able to see into the realm of the supernatural, just say something on the comment section, because I would read all the comments and then know the next story I will talk about. Angels are real. I have seen an angel, not once, not twice, not thrice. I've seen an angel. You want to see an angel? Do you want to? You want to see an angel? Of course you want to see an angel. If you don't want to see an angel, you won't be here till this time. Please do not forget to subscribe if you've not yet subscribed to my channel. Don't also forget to like this video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell. All right, it's very important you do that so you will know when I drop the next video. And again, don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching. Apostle David Imore said my name. It was so nice having you here with me. Bye bye.